Okay.
Explain yourself? I will. There's some people that are saying some pretty crazy things. I haven't even gone on Twitter. I saw other things and I'm like, damn. But I've been around for 10 years now. A lot of you guys know pretty far.
No, she wasn't crying. She wasn't crying. She was like that mix of like you have your throat. Like I don't even know how to explain. Your throat is like kind of stuck, and you're like, I want to cry, but I don't want to cry.
Away from this stuff at this point, but I am
I
totally
know
okay
him from
with
like
exposing a lot of things and
strings.
saying things. At this point, I think it's pretty obvious I will not be friends with any of these people after this. Ludwig was right. I am going to completely separate myself from these people in this community, which is fine, and I've already been doing it. But I have hundreds of messages and DMs from people, things that people.
Oh, Ludwig has a take on this. Now I want to know the take. See, this is the problem with me and drama. I started with like, this is the main drama. Now I'm starting to see like the reaction of the reaction of the reaction because I want to hear what Ludwig now said about this. Because I know Cutie Cinderella is also in a drama about some things that she said about like hanging out with people that are racist and homophobic because you need to like help and I don't even I understand what she's saying, but I don't know why she's getting hate for it.
That are very interesting for everyone.
I get too deep into
it as time goes on because why not? Before that, I would like to address everything that was said today. I wrote this myself, so I don't know if it's even good. I am not the best writer, as a lot of you know. I have a lot of
She checked one of his messages and was 58% ChatGPT, so
screen right now is red because I can't write for shit. It's not through ChatGPT. Shut up. So this is April of 2021.
I'm sorry, okay? You don't need to call me out like that, bitch. What the fuck?
We met online when we were playing AT&T Annihilator Cup.
The timing.
I was introduced to her through it, and my chat started to like us hanging out. I didn't have feelings for her or anything, but I thought we could start hanging out more and be friends. So we met through the Annihilator Cup. A lot of you guys know this. I was playing with her. My chat liked her a lot. She was fun to hang out with, so we started hanging out. We started to play games with each other on stream, and we started to grow closer together. We started calling each other, and we were flirting. We didn't do anything, but it was pretty obvious that Emaru had feelings for me as well as I had for her. But we couldn't really do anything because at the time, she was dating a girl named Bonnie, another cosplayer from another state, and I was dating Maya.
Bonnie, sorry, Chad. I said Bonnie was her assistant, but no, Bonnie, then it's another streamer. Sorry.
Me and Maya broke up. I broke up with her because the relationship fell.
Yeah, it was Maya. Maya came to speak out about because Maya Higa, the one that has Alveus, the animal sanctuary, she dated him too, and she spoke. She came out to speak some shit about.
Felt stagnant, and Maya's sanctuary started to take over a lot of her life, and we hardly had time to hang out with each other. Since Maya moved out, I knew I wanted a streamer to move into the house, preferably a girl to farm content with, but I didn't want it to happen so fast. I didn't know if I wanted to be Emmy, but she told me about a stalker that came to her house with a bat, and she didn't live at her house anymore. I told her to come move in with me in Austin because she had a stalker, and we want to make content, and the guy will probably be scared since there's a bunch of people around instead of her in her Kansas home by herself. From there, our relationship started growing very fast. Within just weeks of moving in, she would sit in my room with me late at night, and I would watch Pokemon over and over again, season 1. I loved it because she made me feel like it felt like my childhood and a place of calmness. She would fall asleep in my bed. With some nights, we would touch our backs or legs together. We knew we liked each other. We just knew it was a bad idea. Talks of her joining OTK happened fast as well, and I knew that if we were potentially going to date, we'd have to keep
watching the Pokemon. And why did he said we watched season 1 over and over again? Didn't he say that, or am I hallucinated? He said something like we watched season 1 over it, or I watched it, the season 1 over and over. Why? There's no more seasons of Pokemon. Raven told us.
But a secret. Nobody was allowed to know. Streamers as well were already starting to resent me.
That chat with points. The points. Oh my god, the chat. Just pay attention to the chat.
Saying that it was a shitty thing that I moved Emmy in so fast and replaced Maya so quickly. If people found out we were dating, I could be hated by my peers and lose what I created in OTK. I didn't know if we were going to date, and I knew if we were going to make it happen, it was going to be very stressful. But I had no idea what was going to come. It was the beginning of January of 2022. Emmy just had her huge party in an arcade.
We're going way back in the story.
celebrating her birthday on stream. Everyone from Austin was there, and as we were celebrating her joining OTK, there was a huge scare. Someone outside in the parking lot rammed into my Audi R8 and drove off. And while we were outside thinking it was a schizo viewer, we were told that the person who just hit my car was now inside holding a gun. This scared us to no end. Me and Connery's pants ran inside in fear to get everyone out and make sure everything is okay. My first concern was Emmy. I wanted her to be safe. The cops came, the drunk driver did have a gun, and was sentenced to 3 to 5 years in prison.
No, she
Me
said
and
a
Emmy
bunch
were
of shit
terrified
too.
that night. And on the way home,
She said
I
a
grabbed
bunch
her
of,
hand,
she
and
spoke
she
for an
grabbed
hour and a
mine,
half.
and we knew we were trauma bonded, and we didn't want to let go. We would wake up together, stream together, and hang out with each other all night. She quickly became my best friend, and someone that I felt for the first time I was in love with. We hung out all day, every day. Wake up together, stream together, and hang out with each other all night. She quickly became my best friend, and someone that I felt for the first time I was in love with.
Someone I felt for the first time I was in love with. Yeah, this was live. This was live. Yeah.
We hung out all day, every day. We were always so happy with each other, playing games until the night, loving every moment we were with each other. I remember one day I left my house. She called me just so we can be on the phone together, as we always did. And we were playing a song called Falling in Love with You with Elvis came on, and I felt that love. First time I felt love for a girl. And I thought I'd want to never let it go. The first year of our relationship, we almost had no fights. We started to date officially in January of 2022, and up until my cancellation, everything was perfect. She brushed over that I threw water bottles or my phone near her, but that wasn't during fights. I want to make that very clear. It would be me throwing my phone on my bed when I brushed my teeth. She did tell me she got a bruise from it, and I stopped. That's all that happened.
He speaks too fast, and someone added this too fast for people to not understand.
And up until my cancellation, everything was perfect. She brushed over that I threw water bottles or my phone near her, but that wasn't during fights. I want to make that very clear. It would be me throwing my phone on my bed when I brushed my teeth.
But he saw he was on the bed, and he still just threw the phone anyway? And why is the phone in the bottle
did tell me she got a bruise from it, and I stopped. That's all that happened.
What do you mean I stopped? What do you mean I stopped? What do you mean I stopped? Was Emmy laying on bed like every single night, and he would throw the phone every single time to bed? And one time, oh, accidentally I hit you one time because I need to throw my phone. I'm playing the frisbee with my phone at midnight. And then I stopped. What do you mean, and then I stopped? I don't throw shit in my girlfriend's face when she's in my bed. If I notice she's in my bed, I don't throw things. But if I notice, I put my phone on the bedside, or even if I put my phone on bed, I might throw, but it's like, she's over there. I don't do the frisbee face. Like, what the fuck? I mean, if he said, then I stopped, is he aiming for her face every single time? Is he aiming for the pillow and suddenly went for her face? I don't know. It's weird. Like, what do you mean, and then I stopped? Like, I thought this was like a one-time situation. You didn't notice she was on bed. You throw her phone. Oh, accidentally you hit her in the face. Then fuck, sorry. But... she told me I got a bruise and then I stopped. That's what I... Please put that...
near her, but that wasn't during fights. I want to make that very clear. It would be me throwing my phone on my bed when I brushed my teeth. She did tell me she got a bruise from it, and I stopped.
What do you mean?
That's all that happened. I will throw you and show you an example, chat.
He's going to give an example. Okay, thank you.
Brushing my teeth. Right here. Look at me. I would throw my phone on the bed. Like I would just lob it over because I was going to bed. So I would just throw the phone. That's it. And when that's the whole thing. I didn't throw it at her. I want to make that very clear. I never threw it at her. I never hit her.
Why are
And
you
she
throwing
even
your
said
phone?
in her situation that she bruises easily. She brushed over that
I mean, I have like low iron in my body sometimes, and I do get bruises. Like if you slap me like with not force, it's just a good hug and you squeeze, I might get like a little bruise the next day.
threw
So
water
it
bottles
really
with
depends on
her
the person.
on my
But
or my
why are
phone
you
near
throwing
her, but
your
that
phone?
wasn't during our fights. It would be throwing my phone on my bed when I brushed my teeth. She did tell me she got bruises from it, and I stopped. That's all that happened. I did feel a lot of stress over the time of our relationship up until this point from her stalker.
Because we slowed this down to 0.75, it looks like he's on drugs and he's slightly a little bit slow from the medication.
From the ones that would show up at our old house, and also stalkers.
Yeah, the situation might be exaggerated from both sides, but
Just had from her TikTok postings. We found after being with each other that her stalkers had a lot from would come to her a lot from her short form content. These people were schizophrenic and would think that she is talking to them. Whether it was songs she played, the way she looked at the screen, or just the titles of the videos, these people started to feel she was talking to them and come to our house to stalk her. These people thought in their heads they were dating her. They were out of their mind and dangerous. I told her if we're going to be serious about this relationship, I need her to stop posting as much and to not farm these people. She agreed and understood that it was a safety concern for not only me, but the house. Russell, Simply, Corey, or anyone that was in my house or anyone that was near us. She agreed.
but
That
he looks
she
a little bit
wouldn't want to
drugged,
hurt
like
anyone
he's
else,
on
and knew that posting
medication.
these types of TikToks and posts can mess with us and is something I'm not comfortable with as a guy. So she would tell me that if I had a problem to let her know. And at first it was minor things here and there, but over time it got harder and harder to deal with. There were more stress on top
I know what
of
you're
this.
talking
We
about.
both had to hide the relationship from everyone. If anyone found out or was known, I could get in a ton of trouble with OTK and cause a ton of problems. I told her if we were going to be serious about this relationship, I need to stop posting as much and to not farm these people. And then there was more stress on top of this. We both had to hide the relationship from everyone. If anyone found out or was known, I can get in a ton of trouble with OTK and can cause a ton of problems in my life. So I lied to
The tons of problems in your life was literally the fact that you ended up a relationship and went to farm clips with another
all
girl.
of my old friends, S-Fan included, who lived just next door to me, and everyone in OTK. And that was very hard for me to do. We had a doggy door
trouble?
between our rooms just so we can hide it from everyone else, including my roommates.
Yeah,
We
why
would lock
acting
the
like a
doors to
relationship
avoid
if
our
you
roommates
can?
finding out. As time went on,
Just don't
they
be in a
found out,
relationship.
but to most of our friends in the Austin circle, they never officially knew. That stress alone would drive anyone mad.
People
But
that think that your group of friends don't know if two people in between, like in the group, are fucking each other. That's just being completely naive. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. But if I see two of my friends like starting I just need to check like one gaze. It's like, oh, the way the way they look at each other. And then I start noticing like small behaviors. If these people are recording together, they are gonna know that you guys have a
love for
relationship.
each other was strong, and we knew we can handle it.
Yes.
In September in 2022,
I don't know what I'm gaming. I don't know what I'm gaming later. I don't know if I'm joining some Portuguese people. I do a lot of things. Mainly nowadays, I play CS with my Portuguese friends because they won. I was thinking maybe chilling on skates just to be chilling with the chat and etc. Or maybe some water park simulator, maybe some Outlast. I don't know. If my buddies are there, maybe some RV there yet. I'm from Portugal. I'm from Portugal. Okay, let's
So,
move.
a lot of
to
you
these
guys
people.
know I was canceled by Trainwrecks and others trying to claim I covered up sexual assault. It was proven wrong, but that destroyed my mental health. I felt like my brain cracked, and I was never the same since. I was suicidal, depressed, and I didn't know what to
Oh
do
yeah,
with
that
my
was
own
part
life.
of the
Every day
messages that he sent to her, was saying that I'm gonna, I don't know if I can say it, and I never say the letters correct. But he was gonna like end himself because of her having better numbers than him and in streams and etc. Like,
felt like an absolute nightmare. I was losing OTK, my mental health, and all my friends. Emaru was one of the only people that were there for me. She ditched sponsors to go with me to Japan. She went with me anywhere I needed because she wanted me to be happy. And she knew
is
sometimes
he
I
gonna
freaked
cry?
out. I lashed out, but she loved me and she knew I was in a terrible mental place. It got so bad that stress and constant talking about the same things over and over and no sleep and depression that most of my hair started to fall out and Emery started to hurt herself while we were in Japan.
Don't cry, I might finger you. My lord. Don't cry, I might finger you. That chat.
As this time happened, I was a massive wreck. I couldn't think straight and being that Emery hung out with
Crying
me
is
all
necessary.
day, she too started to become high strung. Ugh. We would yell at each other, fight, and argue all the time. Things we never once did. I felt this relationship was taking a huge strain, but I thought it could be fixed over time since things were just so amazing that first year. But I'm so gay. But as we
Now I'm offended. Now it touches on me. Why crying is fucking gay, dude? I'm offended. I'm offended. I'm
stayed
offended.
around longer, I started resenting her
I'm
a lot more. You
offended.
can take it out of
I'm
mouth.
so gay.
Emery
I'm
has a
crying.
lot
I'm
of
so
rabbits.
gay.
It was her calling when she first moved in.
We know
These
you're
were
gay.
a big part of her life. But as those rabbits moved out of her room and into the living room,
Or he's crying
we
over a
started to see
relationship.
disgusting neglect. No food, no water, sometimes not having clean bedding for weeks. I, along with many others who would come over, would give them what they needed, and I would tell her all the time to take care of them, but to no avail.
The
She
donation.
completely neglected those rabbits. So much that many of them just died over 1 year of being around in my house.
I'm getting triggered.
My cleaning ladies would clean them just because
Turn
they
off your
felt
alerts,
terrible.
dude.
And my brother once came over and said, and I quote,
7.
"If you ever marry this woman, I'll never forgive you." Here is a video up close of Emeru's rabbits.
Ooh.
These are
Oh yeah, supposedly yeah, he did 6, 7. He did expose that her rabbits were being mistreated. I don't know if she spoke about it or not.
small little mites that are inside the rabbit cage, and she didn't care. She completely neglected these animals, and I'm not going to sit around and let people say that she didn't. People who came to my house knew that they were neglected. This is an up-close view of the rabbit cage being completely disgusting and neglected. She left them to die. And I'm not going to sit here and have her pretend she didn't. It's fucking disgusting.
I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. I apologize. I apologize. I'm so sorry. I've had rabbits before, and to be fair, buddy, if you live in that house and you also don't have the initiative of cleaning this shit, you are living in a house that stinks. Because rabbit piss is as bad or worse than cat piss. And having a cage like this, I can guarantee you the smell must be super intense. Because if I didn't clean mine for like twice a week, it would be a huge smell of piss in my studio when I had two rabbits before. One was the smaller ones and I had the big one. And the smell was insanely bad. I will never ever have rabbits again. If she can take care of animals, then I think she's the reason of control and the.
This is a video from my own brother. I didn't record this. These are mites.
What
all
is the
around her
pink
cage.
stuff?
I would tell her to take care of them all the
Then why
time, but to no
does it
avail.
look like
She
cotton?
completely neglected those rabbits, so much that many died just over a year or two of being around in my house. My cleaning ladies would clean them just because they felt bad, and my brother once came over and said that if I marry her, he'll never forgive me. In fact, when Maya came over during my cancellation, she actually commented on Emaru's rabbits and said, "These rabbits are completely neglected and this is disgusting." Emaru wouldn't clean the cages and the smell became so bad that we started to have the rabbits just be outside. I told her if that's the case, she's got to make sure she's giving them water because they are her responsibility. Instead, these rabbits were left outside in 100-degree heat with no food or water or anything. Most of the time being in cages with no bedding besides poop all over the place. Emmy didn't care. She would sit inside and play League of Legends all day. And what this showed me is that I don't want her to be my children's mother. And I couldn't see myself marrying her. The fights from these times started to get worse. I would constantly want to be farther and farther from her. I would use her for content, but after stream would want to be alone. I didn't know how to break up with her or end things. She was a co-owner of my org, the only person I knew, and the strain of the relationship and hiding the relationship was really taking a toll on me. On top of that, the stalkers were getting worse. One stalker came to my house and I had to point a gun at him for 30 minutes until the cops came. These stalkers are no joke, and the pressure from the relationship, the anger I felt, and the stalkers as a whole really made us lash out at each other. She would tell me that she doesn't realize what she's doing, that she didn't understand what she was doing wrong. But I would constantly tell her on and off stream that she needs to do more because these stalkers are getting worse. I know I wasn't perfect with my language or tone throughout this entire relationship. I know I wasn't. And I was aggressive at times. In regards to being controlling, I told her many things. I told her to dress older, to stop wearing pajamas.
What does that mean?
Stop talking about stalkers and schizos as a whole. Stop talking about past relationships. And yes, I didn't want her to travel without me. I also said that I didn't want her to hang out with specific people. This is because I didn't want her to get hurt. I didn't want Emmy to get assaulted. I didn't want some man to do something to her when I'm not there, and I wanted to keep her safe. And I know with
yeah,
how
honey,
my mental
but
was
that's
and who I
not
was
how
back
it
then,
works.
that I didn't do everything right. I know I could have done better, and I'm sorry. I know I was controlling, and I should have just ended the fucking relationship, but I was so confused as a person, and I'm sorry I did it. I'm sorry things got to this fucking point, man. The last 9 months of this relationship, things got extremely fucking toxic.
Oh, God.
I told her to move out. She didn't move out on her own. I told her to move out because I wanted space, but she still wanted me around at all times.
She needed to grow up
She
and
would get
wear
upset if we didn't
pajamas.
sleep together or if we weren't around. She
Maybe
always wanted me to
not
drive
like
over to her house, but I
pajamas
never
with
wanted to because I wanted to
things
be
painted
alone.
on, like
And that increased our fights. But the stalkers continued,
not
and I got
painted,
even
like
more stressed. They started to take
drawn on.
pictures
I
of me
don't
whenever
know.
I would drive to her house. They knew my every movement. I couldn't take it. Between the rabbits, the stalkers, and the overall ability to handle situations with each other, I knew this wouldn't last, but I didn't know how to get out of the relationship. She did not want to move out. As for me telling Cheddar to leave my house, he was swatting at Chompy constantly and making him bleed. I not only was the one that wanted her to move out first, I was the one that wanted the cat out of the house because he was attacking my cat. Every month went by the last year, and our fights started to get louder. We were breaking up with each other almost
these people
weekly. Fights were getting more
have houses
aggressive,
like
and
big
shouting
as
began
fuck.
to increase. I was not perfect, and I reflect on those situations poor taste of myself. I'm ashamed that the situations got so bad, but Emmy was also violent. She would throw clothes or plushies at me, and I punched holes in the walls or slammed doors.
I saw this. Emmy was violent too. She threw plushies and clothes at me.
And aggression. I one time did say her plush. Ashamed that the situations got so bad, but Emmy was also violent. She would throw clothes or plushies at me, and I punched holes in the walls or slammed doors in aggression. I one time.
A comparison of she would throw clothes and plushies at me, and that would punch holes in the walls and knock
say I was going to kill myself during an argument, but Emmy did this as well numerous times. She would constantly say
I'm not saying that it's not aggression. I'm just saying, like, the comparison of, like, I would punch holes in the wall. So sorry.
Arguments, and I have a picture where while I had a gun pointed at one of her stalkers who came to my house while she was in Kansas, she told me she was going to kill herself out of aggression of the situation while it was happening. This is the situation.
Oh,
I told the
screenshots!
stalkers at the house. I'm freaking out. What is happening? Can you call me? I'll call you. I literally want to kill
These
myself.
screenshots are very weird. I don't know what is the RCS. I'm too European for this.
I feel so alone and like a problem. Just want to show this. She was also using the I want to kill myself a lot in our situation and relationship. This is while I had a gun pointed at one of her stalkers. This stalker who was at my house, his background picture was Emaru. And when he talked to the cops, he was in love with her and thought that she was talking to him. It is disgusting what these stalkers can do.
I don't know. Her messages
messages
were clearly Discord and Instagram.
Was a cop brought him down the street to a QT, which is a 7-Eleven.
I cannot recognize like this.
It's terrifying for these girls and terrifying
seems
for
like
the situation in general. I knew that the relationship wasn't healthy at this point. I knew we had to end it.
It seems
soon.
like it's
One
supposed to
day,
be like
Emmy
the normal messages from the phone, but it doesn't.
One that she knew I would hate,
seem
and she
like
posted
it
it to make me upset. She
I
admitted
don't
that
know.
she made me upset with it, and we got into a heated argument, and I broke up with her. We
It
broke
might
up
be
for
some
about
American
a month,
thing.
then got back together because we thought we can make it work. We went to get food at BJ's,
Might need to ask my
a
girlfriend.
common place where we would get food, and then we went back to her house. We cuddled for about 30 minutes and started to kiss. She said that she was okay with this on her stream.
Wait, I got lost.
A common place back together argument. Posted it to make me. Emmy posted a very provocative picture, one that she knew I would hate, and she posted it to make me upset. She admitted that she made me upset with it, and we got into a heated argument, and I broke up with her. We broke up for about a month, then got back together.
Why?
Because we thought we can make it work. We went to get food at BJ's, a common place where we would get food, and then we went back to her house. We cuddled for about 30 minutes and started to kiss. She said that she was okay with this on her stream, and I started to advance to the next stage because I thought that's what she wanted. She yelped, and I immediately sprung up and was scared if I did anything wrong or did wrong in general. I got scared and left the house. I apologize if that made Emmy uncomfortable for me not saying sorry, and I wish I said sorry back then. But we got back together soon afterwards. And during those last few months where we were still fighting, but it did feel like the relationship had good progress. And we were both agreed we need to talk about our future. Since it's been 3 years, we should see what we want, and Emmy had an idea to write down everything we wanted on paper. I'm going to let everyone know that what I'm about to say is very true. This is exactly what happened, and she cannot argue this. One day, after staying over Emiru's house, Emiru made me breakfast, and she wrote down everything she wanted. She wrote she wants me to move closer to her. She wrote that she wants me to marry her, and she wants kids with me in the next 5 years. And I just looked at this letter that was staring in front of me, and I just handed her back the paper. She began to cry, and I told her, I'm sorry, I just can't do this anymore. I knew we were just beyond the point of toxicity in the relationship,
I like his sub emote,
that our trust had completely died,
pops out,
and that we had so many issues that I couldn't deal with it, and I was not mentally well. I walked away. I went to her door, and as I opened it, the last words I ever heard her say is, "Don't go. I love you." That week, I made flights to Japan because I didn't want to sit around and wait to possibly get back together again. I have never talked to her in person since. I have messaged her numerous times wondering why I have been removed from OTK.
But numerous times, we saw the screenshots and they are pretty disturbing. Some of the things you say, like, it was not a couple times. The buddy spoke since January until August with no response, sending walls of text.
And I was very scared because I didn't know what was going on. Nobody was talking to me or contacting me, and I have had so much regret. Times where I wanted to go back, times where I've drunk messaged her love letters, as you saw on stream. But after 10 months, I know we're much better off without each other.
Chat, we're going to continue seeing this, but I'm going to pee.
The house was very small, and I opened the door, I said whoops, and proceeded to talk in the other room about what I possibly did wrong, and began to bawl out and be depressed because I just saw my ex-girlfriend. I want to make it very clear. I was not following her. Nor lawn.
Really had to be.
Lingering around her. I was with others the entire night. The house is about 2,000 square feet with about 50 people there.
We need to check
I,
what the
of
fuck
course,
that
was
is.
near her, but I was never following her. This year has been very hard for me, and I'm sure for her. I even went to Japan and drank every single night just to sleep. Going from being with each other for 3 years straight and
if
trauma
anyone that is watching didn't drop a follow
is such
on
a difficult thing
Kick,
for both of us.
make sure
I
you
began
do.
therapy
On Twitch,
in February of this year with EMDR therapy,
on the
something
two
she
platforms
recommended me
today. I didn't
when we were
multi-stream
dating.
on YouTube today.
I'm very happy to say that I feel better than ever.
I'm uploading
and I've
this
gotten a lot
later,
of the
but I'm
stress
not
I've had
multi-streaming
away.
on YouTube right now.
I've also moved from Austin myself, and I've had a lot of trauma lingering from there as a whole, and I feel a lot better from that. I truly hope nothing but the best for Emmy. I know she said a lot of these things today, and I do believe a lot of them were false, but I do hope nothing but the best for her. And I'm sorry that any of this happened. I hate that we're in this situation, and I hope that she can move on. We were in a toxic relationship. I saw that. I've realized over the years of 2 relationships now online that I'm a horrible boyfriend and I have a lot to work on for myself. I've been single for the past 10 months and I plan to stay that way. I'm continuing to go to therapy and work on myself, not just for me, but for the people around me. If you're wondering if it's scripted, the answer is, of course it is. I wrote it out because I cannot freeball this. This is a very serious situation. I want to make this real, and that's it. Okay? I'm going to stand up for myself. I am going to defend myself in these situations. I am not going away. I have no plans to go away. And I believe a lot of the situations today were absolutely exaggerated. I have dozens of photos and videos, calls and messages as well, if she has them. I have things I will be leaking over the next few days of other people, of other things. I have a lot of messages that I have that I'm going to expose as time goes on, because I do believe that this is a time to go fucking buck wild.
Okay, so basically, things are still gonna get exposed, and we are gonna get more things to react to because the drama is not here. I don't know if we have more. I might like collect everything and it's yeah, shit is really wild. Oh, here we are.